So at Skegness with 73, Chris Cowley. Chris, we're going to talk to you because on the back of last weekend, you could consider yourself to be a bit of a favourite for the UK Open, I would say. Buxton was very good to start with.
Yeah, Buxton was good. It was good in the dry, it was good in the wet. I think, it didn't really matter what we did to the car that day. It hooked up and it went, and yeah, it was good. Just one of them meetings where, really we couldn't do a lot wrong and it was going well.
Yeah, good race with Mickey for a heat win.
Yeah,
it was stock car race.
Yeah, it was a proper stock car race. I passed him with, I think it was 2 laps to go into 1 and 2, and 3 and 4 he knocked me wide again, and we went down the straight under the 1 lap to board, go side by side, and it was only going to one thing was only going to happen on the last bend. I've got to have a go. Of course, anyone would do for the win. So just managed to sort of, we both went in, but I managed to just squeeze in front.
So how was Hednesford then? Because results-wise, I didn't go to Hednesford, but it was obviously at Buxton. Didn't seem to appear as well in the results.
No, we was 8th in the first heat until the last bend, and got dinked wide for 9th. We was 5th in the second until the last bend, and then got dinked wide and ended up 8th. And then the power steering pump failed in the final. Yep. So we managed to get it out for the national, but we didn't have any power steering, so literally just coasted around for an 11th.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I went, because otherwise the power steering pump would have failed today.
Yes, absolutely.
So it was well worth going. Yeah. But yeah, we didn't get no damage. The car's going really well. We did a little bit more work over in the winter. It's paying off. Because you do,
from a sort of a career point of view, you kind of have a good spell and something seems to happen, and then there's a bit of a pause, and we kind of go again, isn't it?
It's just, at the end of the day, I am what you call as a budget racer, and we have to sometimes put things into perspective and look against the kit that we're racing against. The kit out there is unbelievable. Compared to what it was 10, 15 years ago. Everyone's got good kit now. White tops, yellow tops have got great kit. You physically have to be on your game to get a result, but that's not going to guarantee you to be, get a result just being on your game, because there's a lot of people now that are also on their game a lot. So, tonight will be a good meeting. I think, it suits me around here. It's tight track, it's a stock car track, bumper work will be going in, so yeah, look forward to it.
So in terms of shell car, so we did your shell car reveal, what was it, last year?
Yeah.
So that was good, and then we had Bradford, and then we kind of got it fixed, and then, so is that kind of being redone again?
Bradford's an awful place for me. We wrote it off the third time of it out being brand new there, and then the start of last year we went there, and the engine blew up in the final, and it blew up in a pretty big way, big enough where it scrapped the block, scrapped the crank, heads, the lot. So yeah, done a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we still haven't had the engine back for that. It was due to go on the dyno this week. I've not heard from the engine builder, but in all fairness, we've not really been pressing him.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been re-sign written, been repainted, because we got a point during the winter where we was a bit bored. We literally didn't have anything to do. And unfortunately, if I get sponsored for the paintwork, so we said, we looked at it and thought, we might as well just repaint it. Purple's obviously not working for us, so we've got rid of the purple.
So you're going to go back to Bradford again? Third time lucky, maybe?
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's nothing to do with Bradford, is it? It's just one of the things, when Bradford come back, I was one of many drivers that was buzzing about the place being back, and I still am now. You still pinch yourself when you roll out. So yeah, we're still going to go back. Well, I haven't put a time frame on when the car will be done. It will just, it is what it is. It's that way. Then we won't rush it. It'll be when it's ready. It's ready.
Yeah. So this weekend, like I say, good run of form going into today, into tomorrow when the championship holds. Are you confident about it?
Absolutely. Yeah, you got to be. I'm here to win. I'm not here to make any friends. I might be in the bar later, and I'll have a pint or two with a few, but. We've got business to do today and tomorrow, and and I'm here to do a job.
So it's raining, it's damp. Does that impact you in terms of car setup? Would you prefer it? Because it's a bit damp at Buxton last week.
Yeah, but I won my first heat in the dry.
Right, okay.
And then we went for the national. We then put a dry setup on.
Yeah.
And then we still got a second, and I was pretty close to Tom at the last close lap to that.
Yeah.
So. I think the rain suits me. I think it equals it out for everybody. You've got the guys with the bigger engines, they can't get the power down when it rains. And we've got a good setup. We've been doing the job long enough now to know what to do when it rains. And
So is it a lot about tyres? Because I was thinking that at Buxton, people got dry, settle for the dry tyres or wet tyres, and it was almost a bit of a gamble sometimes, wasn't it? What's going to happen when you're out there?
No, you do other little bits as well. There's tweaks that you make adjustments to the axles and suspension wise, and when it rains, and it all depends on how heavily it's raining. So it's not just a case of doing tyres and your tyre pressures. There is other tweaks as well. But I think it's people's driving style. I think people can be a little bit scared of the rain as such. A little bit nervous, should I say? But no, I relish it, mate.
Because you can't see. Is that why people? Because you can't, can you? You haven't got windscreen wipers.
I mean, I'm fortunate that I don't need to wear glasses, so I wear what's called gauze goggles. So they're like a mesh. Yeah. And what that does then, it just allows you to see. You get the rain, the water in your eye, but it's more of a spray. But you're allowed to see. Where you wear normal goggles, it just smears. Even if you wear tear offs, it just smears. So, for me, luckily enough at the minute, I don't need to wear glasses. The gauze goggles are better for me.
Good. Chris, thank you so much. Good luck for this weekend.
Thank you. It's been See if we can make some more friends, eh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
So to talk to 48 Shaun Webster, who's a previous winner of the UK Open Championship back in 2021. Shaun, your season to date has not been spectacular. Would that be fair?
I've had more practice than racing.
But I think I saw you at Buxton last weekend. You went out in practice and then loaded the car up and kind of had to go home. So kind of you'd done Skegness previously and sort of same again, really?
Yeah, my distributor had all corroded at Skegness.
Right, okay.
So we didn't have a spare one to obviously get back out. And then we actually went to Buxton the week before to do a bit of practicing to make sure it was all up and running, and it was fine. And then when we went last weekend, it's blew diff in practice, so that was that.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how happy were you last Sunday?
Probably 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind. It is what it is. Listen, that's stock. It happens, and it is what it is.
Yeah. So we're at Skegness now. Have you been out in practice today?
I've only done a little bit. I don't want it too much, do I?
Okay.
I'll break it.
Okay. But then if it breaks, then you can fix it. No.
Well, we'll see. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah.
How is the track? Because obviously it's a bit damp, a bit kind of moist today.
Yeah, well, I can't do too much practice because I've only this stupid tyre rule what they keep doing altering. They decided on Wednesday this week that we're carrying trial on, so you had 3 days to get some tyres sorted.
Okay.
So I've got one for inside, one for wet.
So because this is where we've got, you can run rally tyres on the inside rear, isn't it? And that's kind of, we're trialling it as a sport to see if it's the right way to go. But you being a tarmac only racer, you're not generating rally tyres, are you, from shale to using tarmac?
No, and we did this about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
We had this tyre, this situation, and that's why we've come off them.
Yeah.
But now they want to go back on them. So you're just going back to a problem what's already existed.
Yeah.
There's a lot more ins and outs where certain drivers obviously have got higher cars if they want to run rally tyres on them to make it cheaper, fair dues, do all that, but it needs to be a controlled tyre, no matter, then we can all have that same tyre.
Yeah.
Because you're going out and buying a brand new rally tyre, 6 years ago it's same, you've got 250, 300 quid in a tyre what'll last you a weekend. No good, is it?
So for the American race to be on the inside rear, that's much more cost effective for you than to run that.
Yeah, because you could get minimum three weekend, 3 meetings, minimum.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a no-brainer.
Because you've got to put the rally tyre on to be competitive in the wet.
Yeah, because in the dry there's not much difference in them, which I get that. So yeah, fair enough, run them. But in the wet, the rally tyre blinds it.
Yeah.
So
for you to get a rally tyre to put on your car today, do you have to go and source that?
Yeah.
That and buy
Second hand or brand new.
Okay.
But then brand new are 200 and something quid plus VAT.
Okay. It's a difficult one, isn't it?
And it's only for this weekend because the trial's just been prolonged for one more minute.
Yeah.
So it is difficult, but for the formula itself, it's an hard job to get on top of the tyres. But to go back to a rule in what we've already got away from, to me, it's brain dead, isn't it? It's stupid.
Okay. No, I get that, and I appreciate your opinion. And I think I spoke to Matt last weekend, and he's very much in favour of it. And obviously, talking to yourself, I just race tarmac, so
but it's not just about that. I get there must be only one reason. I get he races shale, and then he races tarmac, and he runs the same tyre. But he's never going to be. He's not going to be competitive with a shale tyre on when it's a rally tyre.
Yeah.
When it's been burnt down and gone for loads of heat cycles. So if you put a brand new rally tyre on buff down, it's going to be a lot better. But like I just said to you, then that's 300 quid.
Yeah.
And it's one meeting.
Yeah.
2 if you look at it. It'll be 1 meeting.
Yeah.
The scrap this weekend.
Yeah. That's not cost effective.
No, it's not. It's not. So yeah, and like I said, and then the other thing is the 3 days to give us notice to carry trial on. But it is what it is.
It's what it is. We're smiling though. You are smiling. Are you feeling confident about this weekend? You clearly like Skegness. You have success here.
With these cars, you just get once you've done a couple of laps, you know what they're going to go like.
Yeah.
If they go well, then you have a good weekend. If not, sometimes you just chase them. But yeah, I'm always confident. I always want to try and obviously win. So we'll just see how it goes.
And this season, what is it? Tarmac only?
Always,
Race when you can?
yeah. Always tarmac. I'm not fussed about doing shale. I never have been.
We tried to convince you when you were in shootout, didn't we?
Yeah, but
Never worked.
no, a lot of time, a lot of money.
Yeah. You're quite happy.
Yeah.
Good. Right. Good luck this weekend. And I hope you enjoy yourself.
Cheers. Thank you.